maybe even third or even fourth generation Christian. My father was Rani Gaidin Liu's cook for 8 years. For 8 years. So you just imagine I'm a son of a cook. I'm a first generation literate generation because my father was not literate, was illiterate. He didn't know how to write his name. I'm a first generation Christian because my parents became Christian only after I was born. I'm not fluent, I'm not eloquent in my speech, as you can notice, even in Zeliang. I'm very slow and not eloquent, not fluent in my speech. Not good at all. But God has raised me up. And therefore, I just want to share my testimony to thank God and also to encourage you. Many of you may think that I'm not from good school. It is difficult. I cannot be like them, looking up to our leaders and others who can speak fluently in English and also express their thoughts. You may be thinking I'm from a very bad family background. My parents are poor. I studied in government school and so on. You may be very discouraged. And this is the reason why I want to share this testimony. I don't have time and I cannot share in the church. But here in our community, student community, this might be relevant for some of you. So I'm just sharing. I started my schooling after class 2. There was a board exam, so we went to another village to write class 2 exam. Fortunately, DIS office was burned. And so all those who appeared were declared pass. If they really checked my answer script, I don't think I would pass. But because DIS office was burned, I was also among the students who were declared pass. And then my cousin brother and I, my cousin brother was older to me by I think 4 years, but we were classmates. My cousin brother and I stopped studying to become babysitters. Because I'm the youngest in the family, my elder brothers all got married, they had their children by the time I was in class 2. So I became a babysitter. My cousin brother also became a babysitter. We stopped studying after passing class 2. Then fortunately, one of our neighboring villages started a private school. And then they invited the area young people, boys and girls, to come and study in their village school. And they promised whoever comes, free food. Our village will provide your food. And the other incentive was that you will be given promotion. So it was already, I think, April during, it was already April, Good Friday celebrated. And since the message came, it was very, very attractive. And by God's design, somehow, my parents and my cousin brother's parents also agreed to send. So we continued our studies after we stopped studying after class 2 to become babysitters. We got promoted. We did not study class 3. Both of us joined class 4. So it is good to be a babysitter to get promotion. So we continued. And then never studied in private school because my family could not provide tuition fee. I never take tuition also. By God's grace, I was able to cope up with my studies. I studied in government high school, Kohima, I learned Nagamese only when I was in class 9. After my graduation from Kohima, I went to study in Jorhat. My elder brother was also studying. He did PTH, and then he was in the he was in the ministry, and then he went down to Jorhat for his BD studies. So I said I wanted to study theology, and my eldest brother said, "Your brother is already in theology. You should be in you should be in secular field, get a job, and then support our family." So after PU, I wanted to study, but I just obeyed my elder brother and family members. So I continued. I got a job when I was in BA, so I served as, I'm shivering because it is cold. So I work as a stenographer because I learned stenography when I was doing my BA. So I served in veterinary department for 3 years. I cleared my graduation. I joined LLB. I did not finish, but after finishing my graduation, my history honors in history, I told my brother I'm resigning to study theology. So finally, he also learned that I have the conviction. So he said, "Okay, if you are determined, you go." And then after getting that permission from my brother and family members, I told my director I'm resigning to study theology. And then my director scolded me. "It is so difficult to get job. You got a job. You got your job regularized, and now you want to resign. You can serve God even if you don't study theology." So he loved me, and so he gave that advice, but I was determined. So I resigned, and then I studied theology in Jorhat. And after studying in Jorhat, since my elder brother was about to be inducted as faculty in Jorhat, but somehow that did not work out. When I was studying there, my brother and I used to discuss, since you are going to be in academics, I will be in the church. But somehow, I think God has a different plan. So my brother could not, somehow our family situation did not allow, and he did not join Jorhat. And then when I finished my BD, the college invited me. If you are interested to go for MTH and then come back and serve here, you are invited. So finally I joined, I studied, and then I started working there. And then I served 6 years. After my MTH, I served 6 years to go for doctoral studies. I did not want to, that time Asui was already there in Jorhat. I never wanted to study in Germany. I wanted to study only in English-speaking countries, because if we go to study in Germany, we have to learn language. So when I was doing my master's in UTC, some German, one German girl came, and then she was teaching us German. I took home, and then I brought from Germany, I brought from Bangalore. I was keeping that. But one day I was checking my box, my racks, and then I found those German language Xerox copies. So I burned it, thinking that it's of no use. But when I applied for a scholarship to study in the US, in UK, in Canada, and then even in Australia, I got admission in UK, I got admission in US, in Canada. US, I got full scholarship to do my THM, so I was about to go. Then the time when, our chairman, as we mentioned about ETC centenary. So in that centenary, one German fellow came. We invited him for breakfast. So he came to my house. We were having breakfast, and over the table he asked me, "Are you not interested to go for studies?" I said, "Well, I am exploring. I got admission, but I don't have scholarship to go and study." And he gave me 2 email addresses, and I wrote. They said, one organization replied, "If you want to come and study in Germany, we will support you. If you want to go and study in South Africa, we will support you." And that time in the early 90s and early 2000s, Africa, people were afraid of because of AIDS. So I said, I don't want to go to South Africa. Then I also said I cannot learn German language, so I will not go. The offer came, and I declined. Second time, the German lady sent an email saying that we got someone, a professor, to guide your thesis. I said, no, I cannot go. I just thanked her. So 2 times I declined to go to Germany. And then the 3rd time, after a week, email came. Are you sure you are not interested? Then that struck, a very short email, few lines, and it struck me. Is it God's plan that I should go? People are trying to look for scholarship. I got the offer. I rejected 2 times, but again this email has come. Then I printed out that one and I showed it to the principal, Dr. Kipken, one cookie that time, our principal. And he said, then this is the 3rd time I rejected. I declined 2 times, and this has come. So he also said, okay, then why don't you try? And finally we tried, and then I got scholarship to study in Germany. I went 1 year with a loan to learn German language. Later on, my family joined. So I spent 7.5 years in Germany for my studies. I came back true to my bond sign agreement. I came back and served 3 years in ETC. Then I worked in MSU. I never thought that I would leave theological college to work in secular university. But somehow God led me there. And then after working for 5 years in secular university, Martin Luther Christian University, Shillong, I went back. I rolled back to the Senate system. So I joined a college in Mizoram. I was there for 4 years. And I never thought I would be would get a chance to work in the Senate of Serampore College. But God has opened the way for me. And so just this year, I got the opportunity. I was interviewed in Bangalore. And then, within 2 weeks, they said, you join. So June 20th, I took over the office in Calcutta, and I'm there. I'm sharing this to say thank you to God for all His leading. I'm not standing here to share these testimonies, to blow my trumpet and say that I have done this. But I'm just narrating step by step to let you know that God can use any one of us. I never dreamed to become a teacher. I never dreamed to become, to work outside of our Northeast India. But I've been led to different places, and all these work experiences, work in different places are experiences. And I'm grateful to God. Some of you, my friends, you may be thinking that because of my family background, because of my schooling background, I can't do anything. Please do not be discouraged. I'm sure many of you are better than me. Many of your family situations are better than me financially, and even your school background. I really struggled. I really struggled in my studies, but God has really raised me up. And one of my mottos is to be faithful in whatever God has, in whatever responsibility I'm given. So as a teacher, I used to be very faithful, although I'm not a good teacher. And in all my works, I try to be faithful to the best of my knowledge. To the best of my knowledge. I will tell you one more thing. In the Senate system, all our answer scripts are checked by 2 teachers. Even college papers. Your college papers here, your teachers are checking it, first examiner. And then your your answer scripts are sent to another college for second examiner. And if your first examiner gives you 70, and your second examiner gives you, if there is 15 marks difference, then it will go to the third examiner to ensure that there is no partiality. So we all try hard, and I always try to do justice in my work, and I always try to do well. Last year, I went to common evaluation system. I think Dr. Tung Trap was also there. Were you there? I don't know whether it was that time. I was in Mizoram, and then I went. I gave 0 to one student because his handwriting, I think his or her, I don't know. Handwriting, very beautiful. Headings underlined, very neat, clean. Nothing, the content is nothing. Nothing is there. Several pages. Nothing is there. And therefore I gave 0. I don't know who the student is, but I gave 0 because I have to be faithful in my ministry. For example, the student does very bad and I give pass mark, I'm committing sin. If a student does very good and I give less mark, I'm committing sin. Good students deserve good marks. Bad students deserve bad marks. And those who don't do anything deserves 0. So I gave 0. And so I shared this experience to all our teachers also here. You have to be faithful in your marking, in your teaching. If you are not doing well in your teaching, you should not be very strict in your grading also. You should do your part, and students also, you should study hard and do well. Otherwise, don't expect good marks. Your teacher may give you 70, and if the second examiner gives 0 like me, then the integrity of your teacher is being questioned. How come the first examiner has given that much, whereas the second examiner has given 40 or 30? So this is Senate system, and this is how we all try to do justice to our students and in our ministry. So once again, I encourage all our faculty members also to do very, very well. I'm so impressed with the rapid growth of our ITS. I congratulate ZBCC leadership, I congratulate the board, and I congratulate the teachers. And I'm so happy that our students are doing very, very well. I foresee, for me, God has brought me and then up to this level. I have reached my climax, and now my time has come to climb down. But I'm happy that my friends here, Asui and Hobson, Jendai, Tuan, our principal, all other friends are here. They are at their peak, and they are helping you. And as we are humans, they will also, in 10 years, they will also go down. And those of you who are here as students, you will replace us. You will replace us. And so all of you, God has a purpose, and because of that, God has called you. Each one of you, God will use you mightily. Our part is to be faithful in whatever we do. When God calls us, finally, they will not tell us whether we are principal, whether we are chokiter, whether we are professor. God's judgment will be how far we were faithful in the ministry that we did while we were here on earth. And therefore, I encourage all of you to give your best in your responsibilities. May God bless all of you. I really enjoyed the Jubilee celebration. I thank you for your gift. I thank you for honoring me with your invitation, and I enjoyed my stay here and my fellowship with each one of you. Once again, thank you, and God bless all of you.